I'm Haley Jones. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. What is your full name?
Alex Bain.
Do I have your permission to share this interview with my class?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to talk about crystal meth. And in what capacity have you worked with addiction, addictive behaviors, or addictive substances?
Well, I'm in my medical residency for anesthesiology right now, so I've worked extensively in the emergency department a lot with addicts coming in who are either intoxicated with addictive substances, withdrawing, or just need help getting off of the substances.
Good. What education and/or training do you have that qualified you to do this type of work?
I just finished med school in the spring, and I've been practicing as a doctor for about 6 months now.
What has been rewarding about working with this area of study?
It's rewarding when you get an addict that comes in and they are willing to change and they want help rather than coming in intoxicated and continuing the cycle. So that's the most rewarding part, I think.
What has been difficult about working in this area of study?
It's difficult because the addiction, just the science of it makes it so that it's really hard to show any willpower to stop. So a lot of patients will come in and not have any ability to stop themselves from getting discharged from the hospital and just doing whatever they're addicted to again. And that's frustrating.
If you had the opportunity to talk to teenagers in schools today, what would you most want them to know about drugs and or alcohol and their effects?
As repetitive as it sounds, it is a slippery slope. When you start doing one drug, it can really lead to another drug very easily, and that can kind of multiply on itself, and before you know it, addictive behaviors can lead to some pretty bad things.
What are some of the short-term effects of crystal meth users?
So crystal meth is actually very similar to prescribed drugs, methamphetamines, which are commonly known as like Adderall or Ritalin. But crystal meth is what they call much dirtier, so that it's made in rural areas typically, and it has a lot of different side effects that Adderall and Ritalin don't. But the main things that you need to look out for is a really high blood pressure, which can affect a lot of different things in the body. Can make people extremely agitated, and especially if they take a lot or they're extremely intoxicated with the amphetamines, they can be very dangerous. And one of the main side effects is called homicidality, which is where they want to kill people. So that's probably not the best side effect to have.
And that's kind of a similar question of what are some of the long-term effects of crystal meth users?
Yeah, long-term is you can have a lot of health problems with your heart because of the high blood pressure, with your kidneys and with your eyes. The big thing you need to look for if you're, I guess, looking to see if someone's a crystal meth user, they have really poor teeth. They're black, a lot of them fall out, and they also have really bad noses. The bones in their noses from snorting crystal meth or snorting cocaine, which is another thing that a lot of crystal meth users use. They can cave in. It's called nasal septum. Bad stuff. I don't know.
Is it possible to quit using crystal meth entirely?
Yeah, absolutely it's possible. Just as any drug, it's possible to quit. It just takes a lot of hard work. It's a really addictive drug.
And why do you think people use it?
Why? I don't know. I think it's the second most used drug in the world behind marijuana. And I think probably part of the reason is you can make it from different items which are now not over-the-counter. They're prescription drugs, but what used to be over-the-counter drugs from cough syrup. One of them is called phenylephrine, and the other one's called ephedrine. And you can just make it in a lab, just like on the show Breaking Bad.
Well, I think that's about it. So thank you so much for your time.
Always.
And see ya. Did you stop it?